There are some things about Walt Disney World you're not supposed to say out loud. Not because they're untrue, but because they're dangerous. But I test everything, and I'm here to tell you, these are the 4 tips about Walt Disney World nobody else will tell you. Tip number 1, the loophole lives. You called me irresponsible for talking about this tip in another video, right there in the comments. And you know what? Maybe I am. But if you're adventurous and willing to take risks to win big, this might be the perfect tip for you. No one else is going to tell you this because they're scared. They're scared because it's a massive loophole Disney has never acknowledged, so it feels like a mistake. They're scared that maybe because so few guests use it, Disney hasn't bothered to fix it yet. And you might be scared to use it because your one Disney World trip could land on the day the loophole disappears. But this hack has been live since MultiPass launched on July 24th, 2024, and Disney hasn't touched it. Maybe it's intentional, maybe it's an oversight, but almost no one pushes its limits. And it is confusing. Is it a 3-hour grace period or a 2-hour grace period? Here's the truth. It's a 1-hour return window with a 2-hour grace period, bringing your total usable time to 3 hours. Book Soarin' for 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and although the reservation gets released at 11 a.m., allowing you to book your next lightning lane, the scanners stay green until 1 p.m., letting you ride anytime during that span. You get to make another reservation even though you haven't ridden the ride yet, and that original ride still valid until the full 3 hours are up. That's the loophole. That right there is Genie Plus logic, but this is MultiPass. They're thinking back to the old system where the grace period was only 15 minutes. Well, we're about to test that right now. At 10:24 a.m., I bought Lightning Lane MultiPass for Epcot because, hey, at $25, it was the mid-range price between the 4 parks. There were rides I actually wanted to ride today, and it's the closest park to my apartment, if we're being completely honest. The only Tier 1 slot left on short notice was Soarin' Around the World, offered at 3:45 to 4:45 p.m. I set an alarm for 4:45, so the second that first hour expires, I can grab the next Lightning Lane reservation. If the loophole holds, we'll get 2 extra hours after that. I also booked Journey into Imagination with Figment, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and Living with the Land, 2:55 to 3:55 p.m., with alarms set at 3 and 3:55 to remind me to book new Lightning Lanes. I also set 5-minute Move Now alerts for 6:40 p.m. for Soarin', 4:55 p.m. for Figment, 5:50 p.m. for Living with the Land, each 5 minutes before the 3-hour window ends, so I have a buffer to reach that tap point before the Lightning Lane truly expires and turns blue. If you're deep in World Showcase or need a little more time to get around, set your alarms earlier. These timers act more as reminders, though I plan to ride some of these before the end of that 3-hour window. I booked all of this from home. I won't even step into Epcot until late into these windows. I've already stacked several more Lightning Lanes before leaving the apartment. Let's head to Epcot and see what happened. When all was said and done before leaving my apartment, I was able to make 6 Lightning Lane reservations stacked. Here's why that works. The system marks a reservation as used the moment the 1-hour window ends, even if you haven't scanned in. That unlocks your next booking. Then you can get another and another each time those original reservations expire. And those expired reservations still valid for 2 more hours. We walked into Epcot late in the afternoon and immediately scanned into Journey into Imagination with Figment, then Spaceship Earth. Both worked just fine, scanning green. But then we had our Tier 1 ride, Soarin' Around the World, with a return window of 3:45 to 4:45 p.m. We scanned in at 6:35. Green light? No problem, we walked right on. Loophole confirmed, even on Tier 1 rides. Of course, Disney could fix this at any time, and we'll keep testing it and be the first to tell you if that happens. But as of today, as of filming this video, the 3-hour rule still applies. It's been alive since July 24th, 2024, and nothing has changed. The power of this tip is in how you choose to use it. You can stack from home or the resort. You can show up late. You can move through the park with almost no waits, having done something else with the first half of your day. If you understand the system and you're willing to get creative and take a little risk, this loophole could change your entire Disney day. Let us know in the comments if you've used it, how you've used it, or if you're planning to. Tip number 2, stop eating at Ohana. No one else is going to say this. Not in a video about Walt Disney World, and certainly not inside the lobby of the Polynesian Village Resort. But I'm not everybody. I'm not nobody. I am someone. I'm gonna say it. Because I live here. I eat at Disney restaurants all the time. I revisit them. I retest them. I watch them decline, improve, and shift. I'm not here for nostalgia anymore. I'm here to tell the truth. And here's the truth. You need to stop eating dinner at Ohana because Sebastian's Bistro is serving an extremely similar style of meal for $26 less per person with better balance, more diverse flavors, and a lot less stress. Here at Ohana, you get pineapple coconut bread with honey butter. It's sweet, familiar, and people love it. At Sebastian's, you get warm pull-apart rolls with guava butter and caramelized onion jam. And Ohana's salad, mixed greens with citrus dressing. Sebastian's, the spice necklace salad, pickled vegetables, seasoned greens, brightness, complexity. It's a really delicious salad. Like, I would order it on its own as an entree, but you don't have to because it's all you care to enjoy at Sebastian's. The proteins at Ohana: honey coriander chicken, teriyaki steak, pork dumplings, peel and eat shrimp. At Sebastian's, every protein is paired with a sauce that was actually designed to accompany it perfectly. Nothing's just tossed on a platter. And then sides? Ohana gives you teriyaki noodles with stir-fried vegetables. The noodles are iconic, and we'll come back to those in a moment. Sebastian's gives you cilantro rice and beans, roasted vegetables, and fried plantains. Dessert? Nearly identical between the restaurants. I was told this is because the chef from Ohana actually came to Sebastian's Bistro and brought dessert with him. If you're plant-based at Ohana, the options are inconsistent. At Sebastian's, you get impossible kebab, jerk tofu, sausage, tomato stew, grilled vegetables. It's not an afterthought, it's a real composed meal. Ohana's loud, it's chaotic. Tables are packed tight, servers are running full speed. Sebastian's is calmer, more spacious, but at the same time more intimate. You're right off the Centertown Market lobby at Caribbean Beach Resort. If you're coming from the Skyliner, it's a short walk. If you're taking the bus, you're dropped off right there. Now let's talk numbers. A family of 4 at Ohana pays $260 before tax and tip. The same family at Sebastian's pays $156. That's $104 difference, 40% less for a better meal and a better night. And just to be clear, this is about dinner. If you love the Ohana character breakfast, that's still a great time to visit. It's classic, it's charming, and it delivers. But the dinner, it's not holding up at this point, not against Sebastian's Bistro. So what about those noodles? That's the only dish people say they miss when they skip Ohana. That sticky, sesame-glazed, craveable classic. And yes, they're amazing. They're plant-based too. But here's a little secret. You can order the noodles at Tambu Lounge. Tambu is right outside Ohana. Same kitchen, same noodles. You don't need a reservation. You don't need to wait months. You just sit down, order the noodles for $10, and you're good. And if you don't believe me, believe my coworkers at AllEars who've been doing this work behind the scenes for years, like our off-screen producer who said, "I'm hesitant to agree with Breedlove on this, not because he's wrong, but because I don't want everyone finding out about Sebastian's Bistro. It's always been kind of an insider secret for industry folks, locals, and cast members. That said, this video is called 4 Walt Disney World Tips Nobody Else Will Tell You, so fair enough." Tip number 3, Pave Paradise put up a parking lot. It's always a good day when you can figure out how to get a Joni Mitchell song in a Disney World video. But that Joni Mitchell lyric has never felt more literal, because Walt Disney World is doing exactly that. Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island are being demolished to make way for a Cars Land expansion in Magic Kingdom. This isn't a rumor, this isn't blue sky, it's happening. Permits to drain 7.3 acres of the Rivers of America were filed in August 2024. Another round hit in April 2025, clearing the way for backstage construction trailers. Paradise paved. And if you're wondering why Disney would touch this area, why they'd clear something that's been part of the park for decades, it's simple. This is probably the most valuable theme park real estate on planet Earth. More valuable than Disneyland, more valuable than Tokyo or Paris. This is in the middle of the most visited, most photographed theme park in the world. And Tom Sawyer Island, it didn't even open with Magic Kingdom in 1971. It came 2 years later in 1973, and today it's barely marketed. A lot of guests don't even know how to get there. The rafts don't run all day. They typically open around 11 a.m. and close by late afternoon, even when the park stays open late. And they're completely shut down in inclement weather. Lightning, heavy rain, high winds. That means a massive section of Magic Kingdom becomes off limits most days. The Liberty Bell is a beautiful vessel that sails in circles past mostly empty paths. And maybe it's outlived its usefulness. So Disney is finally doing something about it. They're not just adding Cars Land, they're using the new area to make the biggest statement they've made in decades. Because just beyond the Cars Land expansion, Disney is building something they've never done before, a fully dedicated Villains Land. Early infrastructure work is in motion, and when it opens, it will be the first time in Disney history that Maleficent, Ursula, Scar, Hades, and the rest are given their own land inside the flagship park of the entire global resort portfolio. Every change here means something, and this one is massive. I've been going to Epic Universe lately. I've walked it, studied it, and it's incredible. It's not the IP that I connect with there. It's the newness, the cohesion, the sense that everything is working as it's supposed to, on purpose, with purpose, and in its original purpose. There's no filter, no dead zones, no reimagined or abandoned areas. Every single piece is alive as it was originally designed. And even if you don't care about the Cars franchise, even if that's not your personal nostalgia, the power of what's happening here isn't about the theme. It's about finally getting something bold and new in a park that's felt a little bit like an ant locked in amber for millions of years. This is what people have been begging for. A Villains Land, a fully realized, story-driven Cars Land, a total transformation of one of the most underused, highest-profile spaces in the theme park world. So what's the tip nobody else will tell you? Let them pave paradise. Because when Disney finally shows you what's going in that space, I don't think you'll want the old version back. And you'll wonder why it took so long. Tip number 4, it's what you skip that counts. Okay, remember when I said Epic Universe is so important because it's new? Well, I want to add to that now. It's also important because it's complete. It's a reminder of what happens when a park is built around a unified vision rather than stitched together with scraps. And that reminder is really important, especially when you're deciding which parks to spend a lot of your money visiting for the next 2 years, or more importantly, which parks not to visit. Because here's the move no one else is going to tell you to make. Skip Animal Kingdom. When you book a Disney World vacation, especially if you're staying on property, Disney automatically selects a park ticket for every single day of your stay. 4 days, 4 parks. That's the default. Most people don't even realize they can say no to that, but you can. And if you're planning to visit Disney World anytime between now and late 2026, you should. Turn your Disney ticket into a 3-day ticket and buy your Epic Universe ticket separately. This isn't a compromise, it's an upgrade I'm recommending temporarily for these years until things start to open back up in Animal Kingdom. And if you don't want to deal with the logistics of buying tickets across multiple theme parks, don't. We love MEI Travel. They are an amazing travel agency that specialize in Disney World vacations, Universal vacations, and hybrid vacations between Disney World and Universal. They can structure a trip that actually makes sense, one that doesn't waste your money, your time, or your energy. So, why skip Animal Kingdom? Because it's not ready. I was there in 1998, the year it opened, just like I'm here now for the opening of Epic Universe. It didn't have a lot going on when it first opened, but it didn't matter. It was new, but that was then. Right now, Animal Kingdom is in the middle of a transformation, but we haven't gotten to the fun part yet. Dinosaur is closing, Restaurantosaurus is closing, Primeval Whirl is already gone, It's Tough to Be a Bug is behind construction walls being replaced with Zootopia, Better Zoogether, Chester and Hester's is gone forever. I mean, Triceratops Spin, I had to watch that being dismantled, it was horrible. Nothing new is ready to take the place of all of this stuff that is going to be gone. The replacement land, Tropical Americas, is still in pre-construction, and even in the best case scenario, nothing substantial opens until late 2026. Get it? That's the timeline. Late 2026, Epic Universe instead of Animal Kingdom. Until then, Animal Kingdom's a park with 6 rides that closes at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, Epic Universe is opening right now with 5 fully realized lands, 4 major coasters, dark rides, restaurants, shows, and a hotel inside the park. So make that tough call. Let Animal Kingdom, like the lion, sleep tonight. Go see the future while Disney makes that future magic. If you made it to the end, go ahead and drop this password in the comments below so that I know you're one of the real ones. And while you're down there, hit like and subscribe and turn on notifications so we can let you know when we come out with a new video, which happens 7 days a week. See you next time.